Hello and welcome from Budapest. This is Hungary Reports from Public Media M1, bringing you the latest news from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin in English. I'm Apat Sötzi. Thanks for tuning in. Leaders of the V4 or Visegrad 4 member states of Hungary, Poland, the Czech Republic and Slovakia came to an important agreement again prior to the two-day European Union summit that started on Thursday. The head of the press office of the Hungarian Prime Minister released details to the Hungarian press agency MTI. Bertalan Havasi said that Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán asked his counterparts to send reinforcements to Hungary's southern borders in cases of waves of refugees in Turkey making their way to Europe and not back to Syria. The prime ministers of Czechoslovakia, Slovakia and Poland said they are ready to give the necessary aid to Hungary. The ruling Fidesz party has decided on proposing to spend much of the government's budget on very popular existing programs, including the further implementation and possible expansion of the Family Protection Action Plan. This was announced following a two-day caucus meeting at Balaton-Olmadi at Lake Balaton.
The Family and Economy Protection Action Plan, as well as the Hungarian Village Program, are the three areas that Fidesz will pay special attention to in the upcoming political period. The details were discussed by the governing parties following a faction meeting at Lake Balaton. For example, the Hungarian Village Program will continue. So far, 96% of settlements with less than 5,000 residents have requested this assistance in some manner, such as renovating roads, kindergartens, and public offices. The total sum allocated to such programs will increase in the future. Prime Minister of Hungary Viktor Orbán, who held a speech on Wednesday night concerning the status of his government, pointed out in his interview with private broadcaster Híradó that they plan to enlarge the Family Protection Action Plan. And the Economic Protection Plan will be implemented in the next few months in order to guarantee and assist economic growth. This depends on the number of workplaces as well as on salary increases. These two things are primary, as clouds are rising over the European economy, and that's why we must generate and implement an economic protection action plan during the next couple of months, Viktor Orbán said. It was emphasized at the fraction meeting that in next year's budget, about 460 million euros will be allotted to salary increases, and that the government will make suggestions on distributing the funds.
The changing of the guard at Budapest City Hall took place on Thursday. Outgoing Mayor István Tarlós, who lost his mayoral seat to Gergely Karácsony, met with his successor and the two talked privately for more than an hour. Mayor-elect Karácsony then took over as new mayor and then announced that he will soon call his first council session. He also said he will ask for a personal meeting with Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán. For his part, the PM said that the new leadership of Budapest can count on the same support that the outgoing mayor got.
On Thursday morning, Gergely Karácsony cycled to City Hall. The newly elected mayor of Budapest was followed into the building by journalists. Karácsony first had problems finding the office of the outgoing mayor, István Tarlós, but in the end, he did. There, Tarlós received him in good spirits and in attire not usually worn. It's not just because I'm no longer mayor, but because it's been almost 30 years to the day that I started my political career, first wearing a leather jacket. And so I thought I'll also end it wearing a leather jacket, said the departing mayor. Tarlós is leaving after 9 years in charge of the city. He already congratulated Karácsony on the phone Sunday night on his victory, and he also thanked the people of Budapest for their support all these years. Thank you for letting me be among you. These 30 years in politics were very nice. I won't forget them. That's life. And at age 70, you think it might even get better. I wish you much success, said the outgoing mayor. The two politicians held talks privately on Thursday. The mayor-elect then signed the required documents to take over his new position. He said that he's happy that he was able to part from Tarlós in friendship and not in anger. He actually didn't even really part. In fact, he promised that if I need any help at all or need any kind of information, or if I'm curious of his opinion, he's open to it to help me in my work. said Mayor-elect Karácsony.
Ami Budapestet illeti, ott pedig el kell fogadni.
Concerning Budapest, you have to accept the decision of the people of the city. That's what Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán said on Wednesday at a cabinet meeting of his ruling Fidesz party. The Prime Minister pointed out that the capital can continue to count on the support of the government.
Az emberek most úgy döntöttek, hogy
The people have decided that something new should follow. They obviously voted for Gergely Karácsony in the hope that he will lead the city better than István Tarlós did, said the Hungarian Prime Minister. Orbán also said that Hungary is a democracy and that people expect leaders to work together in the interests of the people. The Prime Minister pointed out that the government has established proper relationships with every municipal government, and that will also continue in the future, irregardless of party affiliation.
The Budapest Water Summit ended on Thursday. The three-day event looked at dealing with and solving water crises around the world. Experts and politicians from more than 100 countries attended, and there was also a water expo right beside, featuring the latest innovations from 30 Hungarian firms. At the closing ceremony, Hungary's Foreign Affairs and Trade Minister said that the world's water is everyone's responsibility.
Mobile water purifier sets, as well as apps that predict droughts and floods to farmers. These were just some of the innovations by Hungarian firms featured at the Water Expo, housed at the Millenáris Park in Budapest. Over the course of 2 days, 30 exhibitors presented their products over 2,000 square meters of exhibition grounds.
Ask a question.
The Budapest Water Summit lasted 3 days. Plenary sessions and discussions were held. Decision makers and water issue experts arrived from all over the world, from more than 100 countries, in order to find solutions to global water issues at this event.
Water crisis.
On Thursday, they read the letter of Pope Francis, who spoke of how the world has accumulated great societal debt in terms of the poor, who now, as a result, cannot access clean water. The director of the committee responsible for the program said to M1 Public Media that one of the most important goals of the summit was to connect and make use of Hungarian knowledge in terms of reaching out to developing countries where need is indeed great.
Water connects.
The issue of water unites, as the water supply of the earth is used unanimously by all. This is precisely why we are all equally responsible for its use and for maintaining its quality and quantity. This is what was conveyed during the final speech of the Budapest Water Summit by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Péter Szijjártó emphasized that Hungary stands by the principle that help must be delivered to afflicted areas directly. Last year, we gave out $285 million in developments to those who didn't even have the basic fundamentals, such as normal drinking water or the maintenance of sewage water. We believe that if we help these countries on location, then we can contribute to the pushback against world migration and moderate it in a sense. And so, in the future, Hungarian water management techniques will continue to be used in various regions of the world, Péter Szijjártó said. During the day, Péter Szijjártó met with ministers from around the world. Their discussions revolved around Hungarian water technologies, as well as the economic opportunities such innovations might hold. The final declaration was also accepted at the Budapest Water Summit, thereby affirming the assigned goals decided on.
The Nádas, the Arboretum, is Eastern Bakony's most beautiful excursion area, especially at this time of year with its autumn colors. Its English park also contains reminders of Hungarian history and culture and is, of course, stunningly picturesque. Many of the trees there are well over a century old, including fir trees, cypress, and beech trees. A large visitor center also teaches you about forestry, while a hunting chapel gives you a great view of the area. The artistic works of Hungarian prison inmates are on display at the National Theatre in Miskolc in northeastern Hungary. The prisoners have been taking part in an artistic rehabilitation program directed by a local artist. Erika Dugas worked with 12 convicts and says that the project became a journey of self-understanding for each of the prisoners. And that's a wrap for now, but we'll be back again the next night live right after the news in Hungarian at 11 p.m. local time. You can also catch us in repeats and online. Please stay tuned now, if you can, for our new shows in German, Russian, and Chinese. Thanks very much for watching, and minden jót!